in, you guys. It's day number 45 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. We are here yet again in my backyard. As you can see, all my backyard as the sun is going down. You can see the chickens over there. Chickens are having good here in the backyard today. But I'm about to get my body, as I have every single day since the beginning of the year, my body into an ice bath. So I literally have humongous chunks of big ice in here. This is the Morozco Forge. A lot of people ask about this every single day. What is that tank? Where did you get the ice? Blah, blah, blah. So it's called the Morozco Forge. Makes its own ice, filtrates its own water. In fact, it's got this little button right here that you hear it making that sound. And then over here, you'll see little bubbles come up. That's where it's filtrating the water. Now, sometimes it will automatically start filtrating without me pushing that button, but if I see that it's dirty or whatever and it needs to be cleansed, I can just press that button, bada bing, bada boom, and it starts doing a cleaning. So we're here on day number 45 of my ice bath challenge, 32.7 degrees Fahrenheit. So my international friends, that's like barely over 0 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I have come up with an acronym, you guys, for C.O.L.D, C-O-L-D. And as you know, I'm kind of thinking about thoughts of a book for doing cold therapy and ice baths and things like that. So as I'm thinking of topics to talk to you guys about, my brain thinks creatively. And so I came up with an acronym for C.O.L.D. And it's kind of cool when you start kind of thinking deeper about these subjects. And so C.O.L.D, what was it? Chilling out. And now I'm having trouble remember what LD means. Daringly was the D. Living daringly. Chilling out, living daringly. I literally just came up with that today. Chilling out, living daringly. So I'll talk about that when I get into the ice bath. So welcome, you guys. Thanks for being here. If you're brand new, I'm about to put my big body into that big old thing of ice right there. And if you've never seen me get in, you're about to see how I get through 32 degree temperature water. It's not as hard as you think. 5 minutes on the clock, you guys. And here we go. In we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Piece of cake, see? It's not hard. You guys hear those birds in the background? It's kind of cool, right? Okay, you guys, so like the more I think about doing these ice baths, I try to come up with a mantra that would describe it. And so I came up with an acronym for C-O.L.D. Chilling out, living daringly. I almost changed the D word to dangerously, but I don't want people to think that being in an ice bath is somehow dangerous. For most people, it is not dangerous. But it is daring. It's very daring. So let's back up. Chilling out. So that's got a double entendre meaning. I'm literally chilling out in 32-degree temperature water. So physically, I'm chilling out. But at the same time, I'm also mentally chilling out. I'm able to relax my mind, give my mind a break, and literally in the aftermath of getting out of the ice bath, the chilling out effects kick in big time. Like you guys should see when I go off camera, I am so zen, I am so relaxed. It's a pretty cool feeling when you're able to put your body and your mind into such a state that you kind of feel euphoric. And I know that seems so weird because this looks uncomfortable to people. And I'm not telling you that it's comfortable. It's not. But it becomes something that's comfortable. So chilling out has a meaning of literally chilling your body with the purposes of chilling your mind. And when you think of it that way, it's actually kind of a miracle. And then living daringly. I have gotten to the point in my life, you guys, where I'm tired of coasting. I'm tired of doing things that are expected. I'm tired of not pushing myself to do things beyond what I think I can do. I feel like we're all capable of doing things much bigger than we actually do. We just never allow ourselves to go there. We never allow ourselves to be daring, to try things new, to push our limits. That scares a lot of people. A lot of people, they run away from perception of danger. They run away from the idea of doing things differently than they've done before. And I don't know about you, I want to try things I've never done before. I want to live my life daringly. I want my life to matter. I want to be an example to myself, to other people, to prove that you're capable of doing things unlike anything that you've ever done in your life. And the moment we stop believing in those things is the moment I think we stop living. So start living, live daringly. So C.O.L.D, chilling out, living daringly. All right, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're coming up on the end of 5 minutes. Woo! Woo. Yes, yes. Jacob put chilling out lying down in an ice bath. Jacob, I like the way your mind thinks. I love it. 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 Oh, I got the tingles as always. I don't know what it is lately, you guys, and I'm going to keep talking about this. Okay, hands very numb, toes very numb, all of that's normal. What's been different the last 2 days, and I want to talk about this for a second, is the rest of my body. I feel it too. It's on my arms all the way up to my shoulder, my belly, my back, my legs. They're all really cold the last couple of days. And the temperature of the water is not that much different. It's basically the same. I wonder if that's an indication of something good happening, that I'm feeling the cold more. Whereas maybe early on, because I was very hot-natured, very had more weight on the body, and yeah, somebody said, JoJo says, I look extra red today. Yeah, and I feel it too. And that's okay. I don't mind the redness. But yeah, I mean, I'm along my stomach here and I can run my finger along it, and yeah, you can see the little streak. And so, that's different. I'll keep an eye on that and keep watch of that. I'm not worried about it, but I wonder if it's something good that's happening, because I am doing these so regularly that the body is definitely shifting and adjusting to it. So It's just interesting to note. All right, let me back up. See who all's here today. Day number 45 of this 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. I see Linda's here. Jacob's here. JoJo says hello. Gabby's here. Lugene. Jacob gives me a strong arm, ice, cold, chattering teeth, and a thumbs up. Thank you for that. Chilling out, lying down. I still like that, Jacob. That's pretty good for C.O.L.D. Flowers 50548. I know who you are. Love the birds chirping. It's 17 degrees Fahrenheit here. Yes. 53 degrees Fahrenheit outside today. So that's kind of cool. But yes, the birds chirping is a nice ambiance. While I'm being quiet, it's not just dead silent. You're hearing in the background. So that's kind of cool. Courtney's here. Carnivore UK is here. Jojo says that 5 minutes goes so fast, doesn't it? Like, see, I get into it, and I didn't plan this when I started doing this challenge. I didn't plan that, well, I'll get in and I'll breathe for like a minute, minute and a half or whatever, and then I'll talk for 3 minutes and that's it. I didn't plan that, but it's just worked out that way that I can get, like, my podcasting skills are definitely coming in handy because I'm used to kind of watching a clock and making sure we stay on the timer, and I can wrap up comments right as the time is ending. And so all those years of being a podcaster are definitely paying off. And so but yeah, I let myself have minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes even sometimes to breathe, to calm down, and then I just start talking on whatever topic that we're on. So yeah, it works out, and the 5 minutes go by super fast from my perspective. Courtney says it feels like it was a Brene Brown talk. I love it. Yes, I'm channeling my inner Brene, a little bit of inner David Goggins, a little bit of Tony Robbins. Yeah, there's always some good inspirers out there. Sylvia says, maybe as you're losing body fat, since you have less to insulate you. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Sylvia. I mean, physically, I still see a lot of body fat on the body. But I wonder, and so this is kind of a little bit of a paradox in my mind. I wonder if my brown fat activated and has increased. It obviously has. And I've talked about that before, where the brown fat recruits white fat, turns it to beige fat, and then turns into brown fat itself, and it expands. I wonder, but that would include heating you up more, having more brown fat. But was the white fat giving me some warmth as well? It's just fascinating when you let your brain kind of go down. Why am I feeling the cold more? Which, by the way, about 5 minutes out, my hands are all the way back. I don't feel any numbness in them now. My toes are still very numb. The rest of my body is not so numb. The back of my arm, a little bit, I can still feel it numb back there. My legs are back. My ankles and feet are still frozen. Yeah, the back side of my, and a little bit in the center of my back is still frozen. But for the most part, I'm actually warming up very quickly. And I wonder, that's obviously the brown fat kicking in as well. It's just fascinating to me to see how this has changed from day 1 to now day 45. And of course, I will be very interested day 45 to say day 90, the difference between how I feel today getting in and out. Will it be that the further I go along in this, maybe I need to take shorter ice baths? I know kind of you would think, oh, you'd get used to it. But I'll tell you, and I didn't mention this on camera yesterday, but I was talking to a friend yesterday at the 4-minute mark when I was in the ice bath. I was struggling with my hands very numb. And I started actually feeling the numbness go down into here. And so when it goes that low, I only got that much numb when I was in there 7.5 minutes last week. Now, I did have to break up that ice at the bottom yesterday. I think I told you guys that story. And so my hands had already been submerged in the water for a good amount of time doing that. Now, I warmed them back up in my hot tub to try to warm them back up. But I wonder if because I had already given it cold exposure, that was tough. So yesterday, I kind of understood around the 4-minute mark why my hands were getting so numb. Today, though, it did it again. And I had not put my hands into there like I did yesterday. So I wonder if something's happening where maybe I need to back down to 4 minutes. And look, I will always do things to protect myself. I'm not going to do anything stupid. Oh, I committed to 5 minutes. I'm going to stay to 5 minutes. Not if I'm going to hurt myself. I won't. So it's just something that I'm observing. Nothing, no big deal right now. I made it to 5 minutes, but it's a little more uncomfortable than it has been. And it's curious observing this, having now done this 45 days in a row from day one to now, the differences. It's pretty interesting. Jojo says maybe your body is reacting faster to warm you up. Yes. I mean, that is a good theory, that I'm getting number and colder. But yeah, quickly after I get out, when I'm sitting here and talking to you guys, yes, it's intense when I first sit down. And then within 3 to 5 minutes, and like right now, here we are 5-ish minutes later, maybe a little bit longer, and I'm feeling great. I'm all the way back, and my hands just totally not numb. My toes are just now getting unnumb, and the rest of my body, even the back of my arms now, all that's back. So maybe it's just an adaptation thing. It's curious to me. It's very fascinating, and I'm going to keep observing those kinds of things. A little harder to kill says, keep up the good work. Thank you. I'm trying to become a little harder to kill. So that's what you do when you expose yourself to cold. I see my bud Kelly is here. Kelly actually got into a cold lake today. She was so excited she had to send me a picture. And you didn't look unhappy, Kelly, so that was fun. But she got herself into a lake, and it's been cold in Pennsylvania where she lives. So I know she got pretty darn cold, probably in the 30s, that temperature of water. Miss Hockey says, sorry I'm late, but I'm here. Yes, you made it. Courtney says, could it become too stressful on you? That's a great question, Courtney. And let me be clear. And maybe I'll do a whole topic on just this topic when I'm in the ice one of these times. Getting into an ice bath is a stressor. Now, people hear that and they go, well, why would you put stress on your body, Jimmy, if it's a stressor? Well, not all stressors are bad. There is this thing called hormesis, a hormetic effect of stress. And it's just a temporary feeling and exposure to stress for the purposes of a greater good. And so think about the gym. When you go to lift weights in the gym, that is a hormetic stress. What are you doing? You're literally creating stress on those muscles. You're actually tearing down those muscles. What's the reason? So it will build back stronger. Same thing in an ice bath. Yes, you are putting your body under a tremendous amount of stress, but to what purpose? To do it temporarily, get that stressor so that all these metabolic responses of warming you back up, the brown fat activation and accumulation, the lowering of the inflammation, the revving up of the metabolism, that's the reason why you do these things. And then some of the hormonal changes that, like I talk about, helping with the sleep. So yes, it definitely can become too stressful if you overexpose yourself, which is why I'm very careful when I'm in there. Yes, I'm doing 5 minutes by the clock right now, but if I feel like at 4 minutes, I need to stop. Guys, I'm going to get out at 4 minutes. I promise you, I will do that. I see my bud Bulletproof Coconut is here. Go, Jimmy. Kelly, my friend, says my toes are still numb. So usually all the numbness goes away, and my toes are still ish numb too. But yes, if you're brand new to it, you do have to kind of get used to it. And over time, the numbness will become a little less, or you'll warm up faster. That's what's happening for me. I still get numb 5 minutes in an ice bath. But by the way, Kelly, how long did you stay in the lake? Most people, when they kind of go that cold and they've never done it before, they can go maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Something tells me you went a little bit longer than that. Courtney wants to know, do you have any new challenges in mind? I like following along with what you're trying out. At this point, nothing like radically different. It's just the consistency day after day after day of getting in there. And like I said, noticing this change. This has been a major change the last 2 days where I have felt the coldness more so than I have the entire time I've been doing these ice baths. And nothing's really changed. The outdoor temperature is 53 degrees. And it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit water, just like it always is. I'm trying to think if there's been anything that's been different. I mean, the only thing different is I'm getting used to doing them every single day, and I have done them every day now for 45 days. So there might be an adaptation happening. I wouldn't be opposed. Here's an experiment, Courtney, that I would not be opposed to doing. I would not be opposed to cranking up the temperature a bit, moving it from 32 degrees to say 42 degrees, and then letting my body stay in there for like 10 minutes in 42 degrees. Is there a difference between having colder temperature at shorter durations or a little bit warmer temperature for longer durations? That would be an interesting experiment to see. And is there any difference in how I feel? Do I still get the numbness at that 42 degrees that I do at 32 degrees? Can I stay in for 10 minutes? What about 15 minutes? What would be the optimal? So those are some of the things that maybe I'll play around with. I've got all year long to do this. I do have an event coming up very soon for my birthday party coming up in less than 2 weeks. And there's going to be a little bit of helter-skelterness around my schedule where I may have to do the ice bath either in the morning, or I would have to do it in the shower at the hotel. And I'm going to go on camera. I'll wear a bathing suit, of course, but go on camera and show you guys. So that's the kind of things that I'm looking at. Would changing up the temperature make a difference? Because look, it's not necessarily about the absolute coldest you go. It's not about getting to 32 degree water. It's not about going a certain length. It's about getting exposed to the cold for a period of time that your body can now kick in all these metabolic responses and the brown fat activation and all the things, all the reasons why. So yes, Courtney, the wheels are turning. Let's just put it that way. So she says that all sounds really interesting. Yeah, I've got different ideas. And look, I've got all year long. I'm literally on day 45, and there's still 320 days left. So I've got plenty of time to tinker around and test. I would definitely love to hear from some of you guys that are doing ice baths now, or you're doing cold therapy in your shower. That's cool too. Like, I would love to hear your feedback about that. It would be kind of cool to maybe do an entire Instagram live where I invite people that day. Hey, I'll get in the ice bath, and when I get out, I want people to come on and we can talk to you on camera here about it. So if that's you, reach out to me and we'll make a list, and I'll let you know what day we do that on. So, all right, guys, day 45 in the can. And as always, thanks for following this journey. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or somewhere besides Instagram, go follow me over on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. And don't tell me you're not an Instagram person. People say that, I'm not an Instagram person. That doesn't even make sense. Like, make an account, get on an Instagram. It's the place to be. It's got all the kind of cool tools that lets me talk to you guys. I know there's Facebook Live. I know there's YouTube Live, but this is very convenient. So go follow me 5 p.m. Eastern time every single day all throughout 2022. Give you an update, but yeah, 45 days down, 320 more to go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back again very soon with another video. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.